And Dr. Habermas, you often speak at universities. You're either debating or you're speaking to large crowds of people. And most of the folks on campus, their worldview is overwhelmingly secular. They don't believe in Jesus' resurrection. What historical facts about Jesus' resurrection do you present to people who do not believe in the Bible or miracles, all right? And I want you to picture this. The fact you usually talk to a room full of students or in a debate, even an auditorium, but I want you to picture the Rose Bowl today, 100,000 people. And then I want you to picture 40 Rose Bowls full of people today. If you filled all of those stadiums, I think that's how many people are watching you right now. And most of them are secular in their thinking. In the United States, half lean toward an atheistic worldview. In Europe, 5 out of 10 believe that they are atheists, okay? You go to the Scandinavian countries, 8 out of 10 hold to an atheistic view. So you're talking to that crowd of people. And yet, you yourself, when you were at Michigan State working on your PhD, you had your own doubts. In fact, you were thinking even about Buddhism, of becoming a Buddhist, all right? You were Christian, but you were thinking of changing. And you started working on your PhD, but start first of all, just for our lay people, what are the 5 historical facts that you're going to present today, and then we're going to talk about how in the world do you get there?
Okay. If I were going to begin with 5 key facts, I would use number 1, Jesus died by crucifixion. Now, someone might say, well, what's that got to do with the resurrection? But of course, he's got to be dead before he can be raised.
And some people used to doubt that.
Today, it's extremely well accepted.
Right.
Virtually no problem. Secondly, just as well accepted is that after his crucifixion, his disciples had experiences, real experiences, that they believed were appearances of the risen Jesus. They had experiences that they downloaded as, I've seen Jesus. And according to the earliest report, this came with individuals and in groups. Thirdly, it had a profound effect on them. We're still trying to figure that out in New Testament studies because they turned the world upside down. They walked away from metaphorically, from their fishing nets and their businesses and their tax collecting to follow Jesus for the rest of their lives, and they were willing to die. You go, well, how do you know they were willing to die? Just look at their lives. They kept putting themselves in danger and did it repeatedly. And as a result, a couple of early skeptics, the brother of Jesus, who was raised with Jesus, becomes a believer. Most scholars think that happened when he met the risen Jesus. And then the Apostle Paul is by far the best known, who on the way to Damascus has an experience and believes he meets the risen Jesus. Now, if you take those 5 and you throw in something else like the empty tomb, and you've got a great starting point here.
All right.